A very warm welcome to both my panels, Dr. Azan bin Abdul Rahman and T.S. Ahmad Zubair bin Jamil. I am Leonard Ruben Susay from Faculty of Electrical and Electronic Engineering Technology and pursuing my bachelor degree project on investigation of tempering detection device for energy meter by GSM module under supervision of T.S. Dr. Zulkifli bin Ibrahim. Today, I will be presenting my poster and hardware demonstration for my Bachelor Degree Project 2 on my topic, which is Investigation of Tempering Detection Device for Energy Meter by GSM Module. Energy meter. Energy meter is the key component of electricity supply system, whose reliable functioning is very important for accurate billing, controlling, and monitoring of electricity consumption. Energy meter plays a very big role by connecting both consumers and the energy provider. Without this device, it would be a very difficult process for the energy suppliers to monitor the electricity consumption and declare bills, which directly relates on getting back their return of investment. Although the biggest challenge faced by these energy providers is energy meter tempering. Therefore, the development of this project is to prevent such cases from happening. So there are several problem statements that can be listed out in this project relating energy meter tempering. Number one is consumers temper energy meter in order to avoid themselves from paying the actual consumption. This act eventually affects the country's revenue and also be a big problem for the energy suppliers on getting back the ROI. Finally, there are several new methods are always being invented to temper the energy meter. There are several objectives which can be listed out in this project. So the objective of my project is to identify methods of tempering based on literature study and research in order to gain more knowledge on energy meter tempering, which leads to my second objective, which is to develop an affordable and low-cost security system to avoid energy meter tempering by sending alert message notification. And finally, to improve the security of energy meters by producing an alarm sound in the event of meter misoperation. So now, allow me to explain the methodology of my project. So when the research was begun, it was identified that there are several methods of tempering used to temper the energy meter. So the first and common method is current bypass method, where in this method, current is bypassed from phase input to phase output. So now the current will not pass through the meter and pass over the meter. Therefore, current supplied to the load is not measured by the meter, hence power is not also measured, which makes the meter not to display the power consumed. The second method is neutral externally grounded method, where in this method the neutral is grounded externally, making the voltage not to be measured. Hence, the phase angle and the phase shift can't be measured, which makes the power cannot be determined by the meter. And finally, the phase and neutral current reverse method. In this method, current is supplied directly from the phase input of the meter to the load, and the load is grounded externally. So current does not pass through the coils in the meter and no current will be measured. Moreover, since the load is externally grounded, there is also no reference point to measure the voltage. So voltage is also not measured by the meter, which makes the meter not to make the calculations of power, and power is also not being displayed. Now this is the block diagram of my project, where the block diagram consists of an input IR sensor which sends signals to the microcontroller, and the microcontroller triggers the output GSM module, buzzer, and the LCD. So as for my flowchart, when the hardware is online, the IR sensor senses the opening or closing of the energy meter box. Once the IR sensor senses the opening of the energy meter box, IR sensor quickly sends logical signals to the microcontroller. So once the microcontroller receives the signal from IR sensor, it will activate the GSM module buzzer and the LCD simultaneously. The GSM module sends the text messages to the assigned number, which will be two numbers, the owner of the energy meter box and the authorized person, in our case, which is TNB peoples, and the buzzer will start to produce an alarm sound to the surrounding, and the LCD will display a warning message to the person who is misoperating with the energy meter box. This process will continue until the energy meter box is closed. Once the energy meter box is closed, all the process will stop. Now let us look at the hardware design and the results of this project.
So this is the setup of my project, and this is the proposed energy meter box. The connection of the energy meter box is implanted inside the box. So let us see the connection. So this is the connection made inside the energy meter box for this project. Starting with the input, which is the IR sensor. So the function of IR sensor is used to detect the opening and closing of the energy meter box. So the IR sensor is fixed right under the energy meter box door, followed by the GSM module, which is the main output of the project. So the GSM module is used to send alert notifications to the dedicated numbers which has been programmed inside the GSM module. Once the IR sensor detects the opening and the closing of the energy meter box, followed by the buzzer, which is used to create an alarm sound to the surrounding in order to warn or inform the public about misoperation which has been done to the energy meter box. And the LCD, which will be implemented on the surface of the energy meter box in order to display the condition of the energy meter box door, which is closed or open, and it will also display a warning message to the people who are misoperating the energy meter box. And all these components are connected to the Arduino Uno. As for the supply now, currently, which is being given from the laptop, in order to display the serial monitor outputs in real time, we can replace this laptop input into 12-watt adapter. So now let us see how the project works. When the connection is made, the LCD displays the TNB meter and the house number for the TNB meter is installed, and the initial state is also displayed. The box is closed. So as for the IR sensor, it is now online working. We can see the green color light under the energy meter box door. Now the energy meter box will be opened for 30 seconds. Once the energy meter box is opened, the serial monitor will start to print out the process, and the mobile numbers will start to receive text messages from the GSM module about the opening. The LCD screen will start to print out a warning message, and as for the buzzer, it will start to create an alarm. As a disclaimer, the buzzer is set to a higher frequency in order to produce low sound for this video. Yet as precaution, it is safe to reduce the volume of this video. Thank you. So now the box is being opened. So the serial monitor is starting to print out the state of the box, which is open, and buzzer is on, and starting to show the GSM module process. The GSM module is sending out messages, and it is receiving messages. And as for the LCD screen, it is printed out the warning message. So it is now 30 seconds. So let us close the box. Once the box is closed, the GSM module is still printing out messages. Once the GSM module is print out the messages, all the process will start to go back to the initial state. So the initial state is initialized. So the box is closed, buzzer is off. So the mobile phones have received a total of 4 messages in this 30 seconds interval, and same goes to the serial monitor. Is also showing that 4 messages has been sent. So this is 1 set, 2 sets, 3 sets and 4 sets, and back to normal. Once the energy meter box is open, the entire process is continued until the energy meter box is closed, which means the GSM module will keep on sending messages to the dedicated numbers, which are the owner of the energy meter box and the authorized person such as TNB peoples, until the energy meter box is closed. Therefore, by using this technique, we are able to identify the time interval where the box is opened. So to ensure this, now the energy meter box will be opened for 1 minute time interval. So now let us open the energy meter box. The serial monitor has printed out, box is open and buzzer is on. The warning message is also being displayed. The GSM is started to sending messages to the dedicated numbers. So the GSM has now completed its process and it is back to normal. So the serial monitor is also started to print out the box is closed and buzzer is off. So as stated, the buzzer is off and the LCD screen is back to normal, saying the box is closed. And a total number of 6 messages is received by the dedicated numbers. So as for the serial monitor, has also sent 6 messages, which is 6 sets, sending message 1, 2, which is considered as 1 set. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So from this, the project which is being designed is successfully operating. Thank you.
So the content of the alert message notification from the results are: the time of the energy meter cover is open, the alert message saying energy meter box is opened, and the location of the energy meter box, which is number 10 Jalan Merak 9, Taman Desa. So as conclusion, all the objectives of this project have been achieved. At the end of this project, it has been able to identify the methods of tempering such as current bypass method, neutral externally grounded method, and also current and phase reverse method. So this project has been successfully developed a security system to avoid the meter tempering by sending alert messages to the authorized party and secure proper billing. Besides, the security system has been also improved by creating an alarm sound to the surrounding for a certain distance. Finally, this project is also affordable and cheap, yet functioning by using Arduino Uno, IR sensor, GSM module, LCD and buzzer. So that is all from me. Thank you to my panels on giving full attention on this project presentation and my supervisor who have guided me throughout this project. Thank you. Cheers.